Our top stories this week. A United Nations expert slams the USA as the only country in the world to imprison kids for life without parole. In Arizona, foster parents are rallying for more say in regards to the kids in their care who are often removed without warning or explanation. In Arkansas, it is revealed that the state senator who rehomed his adopted daughters to a child molester and had exorcisms performed on them because he thought they were possessed. And he also illegally used the girls in a campaign ad. In Vermont, the child protective industry is still falling short of federal standards despite a recent funding surge. In Australia, the child protective industry is dumping kids onto the streets when they turn 18, and half of them are ending up in jail within a year after. Australian CPS agents are so overloaded with bullshit cases that they're ignoring the kids who really are abused. And in Oregon, the legislature is considering a bill that would maintain the rights of a grandparent when a parent's rights are terminated. Two U.S. senators have introduced bills that would make it so that the states can't force church-based adoption agencies to do business with gay people. In England, an independent review into the treatment of foster parents by the Norfolk Council has been launched. The woman who led an investigation into a major child sex trafficking ring warns that child abuse runs through British society like a stick of Blackpool rock. In Latvia's parliament has formally complained to the British House of Commons about kids of Latvian descent being snatched by British social workers and put up for forced adoption by British families. In Texas, the legislature is trying to address the growing number of kids who are dying while in the foster care system. In California, lawmakers are responding to reports of overdrugged foster kids by proposing greater oversight. The California school system is still falling short on necessary services to foster kids who are being left behind. In Florida, church-operated daycares are exempt from the child protective industry's investigations. And in Maine, a lawmaker wants to pass a measure that would allow parents to sue the child protective industry after CPS failed to warn them about abuse allegations at the daycare their kids attended. In Massachusetts, a woman is charged with kidnapping after trying to rescue her 5 kids from foster care. And in Michigan, the child protective industry is asking a judge to force compliance on a mother who was refusing to let them see her baby after she was cleared of child abuse which was committed by the father. In Tacoma, Washington, a young woman wins $1.3 million from the child protective industry for failing to protect her from abuse in 3 different licensed foster homes. In California, a nurse's assistant gets 7 years to life for the torture of her adopted children after beating them with cords and ropes and pipes and binding them with zip ties. A couple from Maine goes on ABC's 2020 hoping that the discovery of a rare medical condition that could explain multiple fractures will exonerate the father from child abuse charges. And in Oregon, 2 foster parents are arrested for failing to provide food and medical care to kids in their care. In California, a former CPS agent is set to stand trial in a child sex abuse case. In Wyoming, a foster parent is facing sexual assault charges involving kids in his care. In Oregon, a woman is arrested for posing as a CPS agent in an attempt to try to kidnap a baby from the hospital. And in Texas, a woman is trying to get back the baby who she was coerced into giving up for adoption. In Kentucky, a man is arrested after he beat his former foster father to death. And finally, tonight in Florida, a 12-year-old foster kid accidentally hangs himself from a tree. For these stories and all the latest dirt on the child protective industry, visit www.legallykidnapped.com. And until next week, this is Baby LK, over and out.